Does anyone actually use the word succulent? I mean, that's just a really creepy word no matter how you use it. I mean, like, no matter what context you use that word in, you're just gonna look like a freaking creep. Like, if you don't believe me, like, wow, that meat you're eating just looks succulent. Baby, you have the most succulent pair of lips I've ever seen. Hey, come check out my succulent nipples. See, no matter what context you use it in, it just sounds freaking creepy. Never use the word succulent around a woman. That's just a guaranteed way to get slapped. And one thing I hate is when you go to a restaurant and you see the word succulent in the menu description and the waiter comes up to you and he's like, hey, might I recommend the succulent shrimp? And as to which I say, hey, might I recommend that you suck on my succulent. Another thing I'm not really too fond of is just people using the word YOLO all of a sudden, like, you only live once. Like, I just feel like that's just a really dumb person's way of saying carpe diem. YOLO is just carpe diem for stupid people, and someone might point out and be like, oh, well, YOLO stands for you only live once, and carpe diem stands for seize the day. As to which I say, that pretty much means the same freaking thing. Both of those are saying, hey, we're young, let's go do something stupid. And the reason I think YOLO caught on a lot better is because one, carpe diem sounds too scholarly and we're Americans and that just doesn't fly with us. And two, YOLO, you only live once, shortens into YOLO, which is a lot more convenient to say. And I guess you could shorten carpe diem, you could shorten seize the day into STD. But personally, I just don't think that's quite as catchy. I don't know about you guys. But it probably actually fits better because STD is often the result of YOLO or carpe diem. Something to think about. And I feel like there are two types of... Stop talking, I'm trying to vlog. Sorry, there's some people yelling in the background. Can't have that. I feel like there are two types of YOLOers. The first ones who are like... Jeez, I lost my train of thought. Thanks, guys! And I feel like there's two types of YOLOers. The first ones who are like, hey, we're young, let's go do something stupid like getting hammered and wasted and all other words for saying getting drunk. And then there's the second kind who are like, hey, you only live once, let's go skydiving, let's go scuba diving, let's go rock climbing, fun like bucket list stuff, like ambitious stuff. And then when I think of that, like when I think, where do I fit in with that group? What I think of as YOLO, I had to create a third category for myself because when I think of it, I think of, hey, let's go do something stupid. And not stupid like drunk stupid, like meaningless, why would you do that stupid? For example, woo! Using my left turn signal to turn right. 'Cause YOLO. Woo! Woo! You only live once. Seize the day! That was exhilarating. Wow. That was surprisingly exhilarating. Next thing, I hate playing sports with like little kids, like 6, 7, 8-year-olds. I hate playing sports with them because obviously I'm a little more athletic than the average 6, 7, 8-year-old, and I have to let them win, of course. I mean, you always have to let them win, otherwise you crush their little hopes and dreams, and that's just not cool. So you have to let them win, but sometimes they're just so unathletic, like you have to play so bad, and like no matter how bad you play sometimes, you're still gonna win. Like you can't play, there comes a point where you can't play any worse because you're playing as bad as you can and you're still up by like 50 points in basketball or whatever you're playing. And if you start playing too bad, the kid catches on that you're letting him win. And even without trying, like I'll be trying to lose and somehow I still freaking win. Like we'll be playing basketball and I'll leave the kid open for the most wide open shots and he misses every freaking one. I get the ball, I go back like 30 feet, and I just throw up a horrible shot, just throw it up in the air, and somehow it finds its way in the basket. I win by like 50. I've been trying to lose. And then finally, they do win. Eventually, every once in a while, they actually win. And then they become the most cocky little things you've ever seen. Like, they won't let you live that down for days, all right? They'll be constantly reminding you of how they beat you. In my mind, I'm thinking, shut up, kid, you still suck. But you can't say that. What other random thoughts was I gonna say? Homemade turtle sundae! Homemade! Somehow I doubt that. Oh, it's gotta be homemade. It says so on the box. Yeah, if by home you mean a factory, and by made you mean assembled, then you might have an argument. Oh, don't you love when products say like made with real sugar? Yeah, like made with real artificial sugar. Not that fake artificial sugar crap. No, not that. Oh man, if you're buying the off-brand of an off-brand, you might be poor.
Oh, and parents, if you love your kids, never buy them the off-brand of Pop-Tarts, because Pop-Tarts are bad enough as it stands. They don't need an off-brand. Oh, jeez. I feel like Pop-Tarts are the off-brand, and there's like a name brand out there that we've just never heard of. And I just don't like Pop-Tarts, because you get excited when you're going to eat one. You do. And you just bite into it, and all you taste is just sheer disappointment. And then you look in the packet, and then there's a second one in there, and you're like, oh, geez, now I have to eat the second one. And you can't just put the second one back in the box. That's a crime against humanity. No, you can't save it for later or leave it for the next guy. I mean, that's just not cool. Oh, jeez. Jeez, Pop-Tarts, they're just a dirty, dirty trick. Ah, man. Well, I'm glad I got that off my chest. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go play Black Ops 2. Peace off!